Hello, everyone who watches us, who watches our stream from different parts of the world via different platforms. We are streaming on YouTube. I hope that Instagram, also LinkedIn, Facebook. So welcome, everybody. And this is the second open discussion of our public program of AI Hokusai, our tech research project. And while everybody are connecting, I'll share some news about the residency, art and AI residency that we started 2 weeks ago. It seems like already 3 weeks, and we are developing very good. All 7 artists continue to progress with their projects, and we have already vision of how we want to expose these artworks. It is not simple artworks. They are very complicated and profound art projects that will be presented during our virtual exhibition that we are going to present to the wide international audience in January. So follow our social networks. You can see them in the comments to this stream, because these days we are going to update you about our daily work, how the processes are going on, and we will give you an idea how AI art projects can be developed from this simple idea to the big, complicated art project. And thanks again to all of you who are joining us. You will have an opportunity to send us questions, comments, or some suggestions. Maybe you have something to add to the conversation that we are going to offer you today. And today, in the epicenter of our attention will be a very complex topic. We will speak about monetizing and collecting AI art. We will look at the main reports on AI art. What are they about and how to read them correctly to find the useful information that you can actually apply to your artistic career. We will figure out what is considered AI art on the market and what is generative art. We will see what is the difference. We will talk about record prices and the audience of AI art. And what is important for the formation and retention of the value. We will see the monetization models, and we will learn about main collectors of AI art. So artists, curators, all the art tech enthusiasts, we are very happy to see you joining us today. And today we have very, let's say, powerful speakers in this topic. We have Denis Belkiewicz, art economist, market analyst, and investor with over 15 years of experience in art management and finance. He co-founded Fuel Arts, the first creative tech accelerator. He graduated from Sotheby's Institute of Art, as I am. And he also serves a visiting lecturer at Sotheby's now and Zurich University of the Arts. And he is specializing in creative entrepreneurship, and he is the author of a number of academic papers on creative economy and startup funding. Denis, thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you, Anna, for inviting, for being a part of it. I should say that actually I'm not interested in when I hear the speaker's biography. I would rather find out something about the speakers after they talk, if I like what they present or not. But thank you for the extensive background. I haven't known even some facts about me. Thanks.
Denise is always joking, and that is good because we are going not only to learn something new, but also to have fun during this open discussion. Today we have with us Santiago Sares, our resident, the representative of our art and AI residency here with us. He is digital artist, blending traditional aesthetics with 3D, AI, and generative art. He's absolutely genius. I can say you that because I saw how he's working. He's working with many, very difficult for me programs, but doing this beautiful result that I really invite you to read the latest interview with him on Teachers Arts Management website to learn more about his creative process and to enjoy and maybe buy his art and collect his art. I really invite you to do that. And today with us, my colleague, my co-curator of AI Hokusai Art Tech project, Vladimir Apredelonov, expert, lecturer, and researcher in the field of combining technological innovation, management, social development, and the sphere of culture and art. He is the founder of digital agency Tech for Art, specializing in consulting museums, galleries, and businesses about how to mix business approach, technological approach, and cultural base on all this. And yes, let's start our conversation. It is very interesting, and I would also comment here that the materials of this conversation, of this open discussion, you will find later on the blog part of our website. So please listen, participate, ask questions, and also afterwards visit our website for more information and active links and more advices. And I pass my microphone to Denise. Denise, let's start this conversation. I know that you know everything about AI art and aspect of commercial approach. Tell us more.
Well, thank you. I'd like to start with the statement that no one knows about AI art so far. That's why we're here. So first, I mean, in order to know about it, we have to define what is AI art or generative art, or since last week, robot generated art, because we had a big 1.1 million sale of the artwork at Sotheby's created by a robot girl. I mean, at least a robot who represents herself as a female. So I've prepared a short deck. I'll be happy to share it with you a bit later. First of all, I'd like to apologize if I disappear. The electric service promised some drop downs of the internet in my area, but we still live. Internet still represents the Web 2 community, the Web 2 era. So AI is Web 3. So that's how the transition from Web 2 to Web 3 goes, with gaps and hazards. That's why you asked me to talk the first, to take the stage. So yeah, I'd like to ask you to start with a question. I mean, once the artist becomes famous after a tremendous exhibition at a gallery or a museum exhibition, or after an auction sale, what grows faster? What grows faster from his assets? His price, yes, probably, but there is one thing that grows faster and higher: the number of fakes, because the fake makers on the market are more active than the artistic management that surrounds the artist or the gallery, unfortunately. But that's a sad truth, and we should acknowledge that. The same when we talk about any newcomers to the market, new big area, whenever it's NFTs or generative art, most of which is technically still NFTs, but we'll talk about it later. So we should acknowledge that the speculators will play the main role there in creating the bubble. So the biggest issue for now, as I see it, is to learn the sad stories, to learn the lessons from the recent NFT expansion, and prevent the newborn AI generative market, or the market of AI generative art, from those mistakes. So what have we learned from the NFT bubble? I started with fake makers or speculators. Yes, because when the NFTs emerged, it was a lot. There were a lot of speculations on the market, and if we look back, we'll see that a lot of marketplaces emerged. Actually, there are four big links of the value chain of any asset, and art is an asset, which are production, trade management, and analytics, which means that any asset should be produced first, then traded, then managed. The most important thing is not trade management, what you do between the purchase and the sale, how you capitalize, how you maintain that art, and analyze. So and analytics, the fourth link, how you define good art and bad art, what are the trading signals, how you know whom to buy, whom to add to your collection. But only the second link, I mean trade, to be more precisely, marketplaces, appeared during the NFT expansion. So everyone was about to trade. Then the marketplaces understood that they have a lack of assets, a lack of production. So they started building minting platforms to onboard as much artists as possible. And of course, the big mistake that they haven't determined the rules, what NFT art is and what is NFT design works and so on. So later on, collectors said, hang on. So you have created the supply base, which is represented by artists, but you haven't supported the demand base. So collectors responsible for demand, they said, hang on, we want to know if NFT art is a real art. Do they have museum exhibitions? Do they have academic recognition? And so on. Besides that, do you have a secondary market? So marketplaces couldn't do that for the collectors, and they started creating management systems. They started creating museums, biennales, and analytic platforms for NFTs. But then the crisis, the crypto winter started, so it all dropped down for now. And now the NFT in its technical meaning, it changed the priorities. So everyone is talking about AI art and generative art, which are technically NFTs. And there are still a lot of speculations whether NFTs just want to re-enter the market under the mask of AI art, which I disagree entirely, because AI art is, of course, a very specific brand. I wouldn't say brand new, because the first experiments with AI art go back to 1950s and 1960s, first exhibitions of those our-own machines and so on. But let's do not dive deep into the history. So the biggest mistake that should be learned, that we should start with analytics of the market. We should start with academic recognition, with the definition of what is AI art. And I'm happy to share this presentation, because I see that during this iteration of the new expansion of the AI art, so we at least start from very important things, with analytic reports, with academic recognitions, with museums, with defining what AI art is. Because at the end of the day, collectors are buying artists from which are represented by museums. So in the physical world. So and now we see that MoMA accepted the gifts of Rafik Anadol's artworks, and there are two big museums emerged this fall here in the US. One is called Art and Light Museum in Kansas, opened a week ago, and there are still rumors that Rafik Anadol is establishing his new museum, which will be called Data Land in Los Angeles. Yes, in a hotel, in private property, but still it will be positioned as a museum. So this is the first step of academic recognition. Because whenever collector or investor looks at the new market, he's not that interested in the number of sales. He's not that interested in the volume of sales or top prices. He's interested in different things, like how many reports, how many analysts are there on the market. In other words, who cares about the market? So shall our purchase be supplied with some kind of analytics to support the weighted decisions. The other thing investors are looking at, and collectors, about museum recognition. So how many academic and scientific research works, master degree works, PhDs are being in process or already published, because PhD means a long strategy. It's not tactics, it's strategy. And the next one, how many startups are supporting the ecosystem? So are there other kind of value chain startups besides marketplaces, like who produces, who analyzes that art, who maintains it? So let's get closer to the point. Here we have three. There are a lot of reports, but I chose three. They are representing both academic and financial part, market part of generative art. So the first one to the left, NFT 18 report, it deals with numbers. It deals with numbers. It searches the blockchain. They grew up. I mean, the team grew up from the analytic department of another company. So they had been publishing another report, but now they are publishing NFT 18. And in May 2024, they published the first report on-chain generative art. Let's jump to the very right. University of Oxford published a report on AI in the arts, which deals more with academic recognition. It's also very useful to obtain it and to read. They are all free. And in the middle, we have the intersection of both numbers and terms and conditions, like the academic approach towards AI art, published by Hiscox. They are known for publishing online trade reports for many years, but starting from 2024, they are publishing AI and art and AI report. It was created by Artactic, one of the top world analytics in this sphere. So to begin with, let's look at the definitions that they do, that they propose. Before those reports, if we just summarized all the experience from academic works, from Wikipedia, from ChatGPT, whatever, we could see the like short definition of generative art. Like, it represents the artworks that in whole or in part have been created with the use of an autonomous system. In other words, the artist creates the rules and the rules create the artwork. So there is a link between the rules and the artwork. And it reminds me conceptual art, where the description of the concept is legitimate, like 50%, half of the artwork itself. So when buying conceptual art, you have the artistic manifesto and you have the artwork that represents that is that represents the physical representation, forgive me, of that statement. The same with generative art. And I truly believe that one of the new additions that we have to establish is to define whether the artistic prompts should be sold along with the artwork. In other words, the artistic input, the value of the artistic input lays in the prompts that he addresses the machine, and then machine creates something based on that prompts. That's just my, I'm just bringing the topic into the conversation. But yeah, that was just a general term, general description. But once we received the art and AI report, we surprisingly saw that on a very, very high level, and our tactic is the highest level. It means that these definitions more or less have been aligned with the top auction houses, I assume. So we have two different definitions, because auction houses started defining in their description of art created by machine learning algorithm. They start defining it into two ways, like generative art and AI art. Generative art is, yes, art created by a machine that takes input from the text, image, video, but AI art is a more comprehensive definition, which also includes generative art. And that means that we should also acknowledge that, and we should discuss the differences. And maybe it's not too late to contribute to those definitions, because the auction houses will lead the process. And once they start reproducing and telling that again, saying that again and again, so everyone will be attached to those definitions, and everyone will think that this is the axiom. So we should also work with that, I believe. But let's get back to NFTs, because as I said, technically, generative art are still, most of those generative art are still technically NFTs, both in technical and legal means. And if someone thinks that the turnover or trade volume of generative art just exceeds the trade volume and other numbers of NFTs, they are mistaken, because these numbers are taken from the NFT 18 report. So by June 2024, the trade volume of AI art, of generative art, represented only 1.2% of all the NFT art. We are not taking all NFTs, but NFTs art related, like NFTs created by artists. The same with active wallets. So we see that like NFTs are still Hollywood, and AI art can be named as an art house cinema. The number of sales is very, very low, but the average price is 42 times higher than the average price of NFTs so far. That means that people evaluate that art. So less times they buy it in less volumes, and much less active wallets are engaged in that, but the average price is much higher so far. So we shouldn't let it down. Talking about the prices, we should, yes, these are the top 10 prices so far achieved by AI art. We see Dmitry Chernyak and Rafik Anadol there, but still the hammer price for generative art, as you can see, as you can hear from my speech, I still confuse. I still confuse saying generative or AI art. That's the acknowledgement that these terms need to be well defined. But the top prices hasn't exceeded 10 million, and 10 million for the art market is like a certain milestone after which every segment is considered to be high-end blue chip art. We remember the 12 million sale of the stuffed shark by Damien Hirst back in 2004, which put contemporary art on the same level with Impressionism, Modernism, and so on. So there is still room for improvement. And but at the same time, among those 10 sales, we see that the difference between the first place and the last place and the 10th place, it's 10 times bigger or lower, depending how we count there. So it means that there are not that much top sales so far, because when we like take whatever impressionism, modern art, so the prices from number 1 to number 10, they are very full packed, they are close to each other. So, and we also see there the IDA's work, the first robot generated art, so-called, which was sold several days ago at Sotheby's during online sales, but it wasn't sold for too much. It exceeded its higher estimate, like if I'm not mistaken, 6 times. If we get back to 2019, when the portrait of Edmond de Bellamy, the first AI-generated art created and sold, I mean, better say, the first AI-generated art sold at the auction after creation. So it was sold for 433,000. So it didn't it didn't get into this top 10, though the high estimate was exceeded 54 times. So there was much more buzz, much more enthusiasm with that sale back in 2019 than with this sale. Though after 2019 we had a gap in the auction attention towards AI-generated art for nearly 6 years. So and also our tactic. I understand I have to be quick, but also Tactic publishes some findings. We'll just enumerate several of them, and I invite everyone to download that report to learn more about the collector's behavior, how they appreciate, how they acknowledge AI art, and what kind of collectors do that. Are they Gen Z and crypto millennials? Are they established collectors? So what is their relation towards it? But yes, 82% of experienced, 76% of new collectors seek clearer criteria to distinguish human-created art from AI-generated works. So that's the next big step and next room for improvement for us. Artistic quality, artist reputation, and price. Price on the third place, but artwork quality and artist reputation. So getting back to the fact, what is more important? What is the most important in the AI art created by the union of human and machine? I would say the story behind the human, the story behind the artist. So he should be acknowledged, he should be a personality, and that personality should bounce the affect that the machine has as the actual producer of that, technical producer of that artwork. Challenges, yes, lack of emotional connection, still lack of emotional connection. That could be developed, that could be increased only by visiting museums with AI artworks, because in the museum people feel themselves in a sanctuary, like in a sanctuary. So they have spiritual motifs once they are coming to museums having more marketing motifs, and leaving the museums having a spiritual experience, according to academic and marketing research held back in early 2000s. Yeah, market potential. Still, of course, generative art has a great market potential. And yes, we have to build transparency and trust. Transparency and trust, they both are built on reputation. Reputation is built on data, and data is built on the desire of people to share that data, and the desire to clarify the definitions. So it's all about definitions. Yeah, and just several a short recap from our latest Fuel Arts Art Tech Startups report. So as we could see, the investments in AI-based startups, in startups which are leveraging AI, have been not that high, even in 2023, only 24%. So that's another good sign. A lot of startups during the NFT era, like 85% of the startups for sure, they started implementing NFTs even without any clue why they need Web3 and NFTs. Here, startups have learned mistakes, and they are just exploring AI, not diving into it, refocusing business models in order to get investors' attention. Yeah, of course, in the first part of the year, there were more investments in the AI startups. And good news is the trade marketplaces are not that big as they were during the NFT era. And in terms of investments, everyone is investing in research and development, in startups that start producing something new, create AI art, but not sell it, because first you have to create and then to analyze, and analytics keep the second position. Yeah, and of course, North American investors are taking the lead in that. So yeah, you can screen the QR code and download that report to know more about the creative tech startup ecosystem. And yeah, thank you for your attention. I'm happy to wait for the Q&A session.
Yes, thank you, Denise, for this profound overview on the situation with AI and generative art. I completely understand that people are still confusing and don't know exactly what is AI art, what is generative art, what is digital art, what is NFT art. As far as this field is quite new. Okay, we know all the pioneers of digital art, but like a trend, like a massive attention to this field, we still need to define the right term for every variety of art, digital art in different, let's say, peculiar fields. And yes, I invite all the audience, all the guests who are today with us to read the reports, that were presented by Denise, as well as Fuel Arts report. It is full of infographics and really interesting and insightful to read, to learn more about digital world, art tech world, and startup based on AI technology. Yes, yes, let's continue our dialogue. We already start receiving some questions, but we will leave them for the later part to discuss it with all our speakers today. And here I want to jump to the to other materials that we prepared for today, to the presentation dedicated to our topic today. So let's go and see what we have. We decided that we need to systemize monetization methods of AI art. So here you can see that it is still traditional sales and auctions. You have already heard about those deals that were made by the main auction houses that Denise mentioned. And also, of course, you can monetize your digital artwork, your AI artwork on digital platforms and marketplaces. Everybody knows about art blocks, and my colleagues will share the link to this platform, to this marketplace. They have like specialty. They have focus on AI art. So digital artists who are listening to us, please investigate how it works if you don't use it yet. Super rare. This platform have already some years of existence and works very well. Foundation, and on Foundation platform you can find the section related to AI art, and on Foundation you can not only sell your artwork, but buyers can
can obviously buy your artwork, but they can buy fractions. They can buy like part of possession of your digital artwork if it is costly. Then another monetization methods we can name subscriptions and patronage models, like Super Sketch, for example. Their artists can stream their creative process and their AI art projects, AI artworks. And this model is very similar to Patreon, but for digital artists. And it is very interesting, quite new initiative. Then, of course, AI crowdfunding. You can use traditional crowdfunding platforms like Kickstarter or Patreon, and there offer your digital creations to the audience. Vladimir, what do you think among those platforms that I named, which have which has really like potential in the future? You as an expert in art tech, what do you suggest?
I think that very important to understand how you can show art and how you can get emotion from it. So I think that most growth part of our market now is some kind of marketplace for which can help you subscribe for different kind of art and show it in your big screens. Because when you want to see some art, you don't understand how you can see it long time. And so for me, I see that it can change all kind of TV panels in every house, and you must create special places, special environment where you can show it. And so a subscription model, I think, most important and potentially can give you good money for this, but you must to start in the beginning. But also it is very important, and I was in Caltech Summit last week, and so I see that mm, we can speak about some worldwide platform for every artist. But I see a lot of platform which using some kind of one region or one location, and I think very important to start working with guys who start some kind of subscription art TV or something like this, and start to work with them, like Cifra.com, like every country I see which start to using this model. So
Mhm.
try to find it and try to work with them, because royalty is very good option for uh, show your art.
Hmm. Yes, absolutely. And that is interesting that you're mentioning like big screens, streaming platforms, because actually that is helping to, let's say, to get empathy level higher. Because if you're just entering some platform, it can be no name platform, other one platform,
Yes,
more or less they're the same.
yeah, for me, when you can show it only on your smartphone or only on your laptop, it's not working really. So it's
Hmm.
some kind of it's like a game, and it is about hype, 2 years, and that's all. But when we think about real art, it is about
Hmm.
emotion, and I want to get my emotion from this kind of artwork which I like. Every
Hmm.
time when I want, it must be very useful in any moment. So I think that company like Samsung, LG, and for example Sony understand it, and you can see that. For example, Samsung produce now special
Screen.
special stream TV, which named Frame. It's and they position it like a frame for your home. And I think it's very important to integrate in this process. And for example, work with Samsung Art Store. They have it special, and so I think this potentially it's a very important part. And
Yeah.
also, I think about some mixing marketplaces, and I think that in the nearest future, all literature marketplace will change because AI generative art or AI media art give you opportunity for people who work with literature and poetry product themselves art and show you what they want to show. And I think that it's next step to integrate all kind of book, all kind of with generative art. And we see it a lot in modern literature. And I think it's very important thing to connect it because you can combine. No, you can think about collaboration with some writers and poetry and think how you can work together because it's like about dreams and you can produce it in one moment. No, but not one moment, but you can produce it much quickly than, for example, 2 years ago. Thank you.
Yeah,
I think.
great idea, great advice. And actually, I want to share my experience about visiting one collector's house. 10 years ago, he was like showing, look, this is this artist, this is graphics, this is painting, this is sculpture, and all was analog, real sculptures,
Yeah.
real paintings. And just 2 years ago, when we were in his house, invited to see his collection that he loves really. It is collector from Chile, and he has great collection of Latin American art. And that was special place, special screen, very beautiful, white, very, let's say, very well designed and very well designed for this space where he had this collection. And there he had these beautiful digital artworks that were like on the loop showing. And that was already another reality that we are confronting. And we have already those collectors who have it in their homes, and they are proud to show it. And that is very interesting and good transition in my mind. Maybe some very, let's say, very old school painters will tell me, no, nothing is better than golden frame and painting with oil. But okay, guys, we are all different, and we are looking for different ways to enjoy art and to receive the stories from art that our artists are telling us.
I think that we have a lot of experience with media art because media art like 100 BS based some about it. And I think that first mistake for NFT is that they say we are new art. But for me, it's only a new kind of media art, and we can use all flows and all understanding how we can show it, how we can use it. For me, NFT it's only a packaging format, which very useful to sell your art, and this is very important. And also, it gives us opportunity to say about digital originals, and it is also very important. But people must understand the concept of digital twin, digital originals, and all other thing. And it is great that now we can listen in digital original in digital twin from every discussion. Because 2 years ago, for example, nobody
nobody was
understand.
mentioning it.
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
now
yes,
it is
about it. Now
normal.
it's like a commonplace. I think it's very important for monetization of art, and collectors understand how it works.
I want to comment here that we will have special open discussion related to legal issues and authorship and IP rights and licensing regarding
Yeah,
AI
digital
art.
certificate and passport, yeah, also.
So follow our social networks and follow our discussions, and let's go to see other monetization methods for AI art. Tokenized art and fractional ownership that I already mentioned, like SIM card. You can go to this platform and it will be possibility for you to buy a piece of art if you still want to have it in your collection and you
It's
want
like
to have
about
it in your
donation. I think that piece of art, it's like a donation. Really, for me, it's like this, a game, a donation, or some kind of fundraising, but not a really collectible
collection. Yes.
activity.
Then interesting point that here in monetization methods models, we can see also interactive generative experiences, and it is mostly by galleries, museums, some art fairs when monetization comes from entry fees or by selling the generated digital art to attendees. Most of the cases, these are art pieces, real-time database art when the artists and the gallery, museum organizers in general are like monetizing on the feeling of being included to the artistic process, to feeling of being in real time of creation, and that is also interesting. And artists, please pay attention to this, as well as here some virtual and augmented reality art. And here you can go to Decentraland or crypto voxels, and there you can also find opportunities for selling your art pieces. And I will come back. And licensing for AI art and for commercial use should be prints, packaging, website design, and more and more and more. So you can also sell your AI created pieces to big marketing companies, big production companies that are concentrated, that are working about like massive production of some goods like food, some clothes and bags and sneakers and so on. Art and games, and it is also like growing method of monetization, because sometimes this treasure hunting can be in form of like buying some art pieces that are placed into different online games, game applications, and so on. Vladimir, do you have some ideas, some comments here?
I think that some kind of metaverse is very important part of our future, but it will be connected for different country market, because, for example, for American market, using virtual reality technology is okay, but for other market it's not good. So I think it's very connected to sales of equipment for virtual reality, because really virtual reality in screens is not so interesting like in some kind of Oculus or some all this stuff. And so I think it's next 3-5 years when we can use glasses and we can see like a digital part of our real world. And so I think we change our mind when start for everybody, because I believe that in the nearest future we change all our devices from smartphones to special digital eyes glasses. And so I think in this moment it will be change all market for art also, because in the when you start work with some kind of generative digital art, you can connect it to special place in real world in for the virtual reality, and use also in virtual exhibition, and you can see it by only with glasses. It will be a very important part. But I think it needs future, not now. But experiment and laboratory is very important, and so you can try to do it and think about it and show how it can work.
Yeah, I saw some statistics on the how rapidly headsets are entering families. And yes, it is very interesting because more and more headsets appearing in normal families. For example, in our family, we have 3 headsets, but it's just a secret because we work in this here.
I think that it is very important, and why we see that it is a really good opportunity and good market, because we see fashion brands. For example, Dolce & Gabbana and all kind of these top brands go to virtual reality and give you some kind of digital stuff, digital dresses, and it's okay, it's work.
Yeah, in our further meetings, open discussions, I have invited Olska Green. She's a fashion designer, but completely immersed into AI, and she will tell us how it works and how big brand companies and fashion brands are working with augmented reality, virtual reality, AI art in their collections right now. And okay, somebody will think that AI is something from the future. No, it is already here.
Yeah, and I want to add some kind of experience which I see in Tel Aviv last month. It is about printing of generative art by some artists. They really use, they create, for example, in Midjourney concept, then they upscale it in, for example, Topaz Lab, and then they do something a little bit by real brush. They print it, and it looks like a real painting. And so it is also interesting opportunity to do it, but it's very important to show that it's like a limited edition or limited copy. It's like a new kind of prints, because when we think about Rembrandt's prints or Hokusai prints, we understand it's like a special wood and you use it. And in this here, like for wood, you're using really files, but you must understand how many copies you can produce for market for and sell it for normal price, because it's if you produce too much, price is
Lower.
lower. So I think it really no difference. Only tools is change. So thinking about it also, and it's work good.
Cool.
And for public
Interesting.
market, it's really working. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I hope that all the artists who are listening to us now, they are like making notes and like noting ideas for future sales. Okay, let's go to see the main collectors. Maybe one day some of them will buy your artwork also. Jason Bailey, he was already mentioned today, and he is major advocate and collector of AI art. Then we have Neil Dash, and he's co-creator of First NFT and CEO of Glitch. And he's also collecting AI-created artworks very enthusiastically. Rafael Rosenthal, you of course heard this name as an artist, but he's also a collector. Then I invite you to study around Bitform's gallery. It is a New York-based gallery that focuses on media art, including AI-driven artworks, and they have very beautiful websites. So I invite you to go there to check out. Then, as Denise already mentioned, MoMA, Whitney Museum, they have started to acquire digital artworks and AI-based artworks to their collections. And that is already a good sign because, as Denise was mentioning, this academic and institutional support is very important for credibility of AI, of artworks created with the usage of AI. Let's go to see what we have next. Oh, I will come back. Yeah, Beeple. You of course heard about Kim. Christy Sotheby's. Yes, Denise already told about that. Whale shark, very interesting, enigmatic person. We didn't know who is him, but he's really collecting very enthusiastically and rapidly. And I invite you to go to his or her, maybe her, website to see the collection. He works with interesting curators for making these sections in his collection, and it is quite interesting. Then different DAOs, digital art collectives, decentralized autonomous organizations like Flamingo DAO, Fingerprints DAO. They are buying AI-based art to their collections. And Matthew Saint-Arnaud and Nicolas Laguerre-Lesserre. I'm sorry if I pronounce incorrectly these French names, but both collectors are well known in NFT and digital art spaces. So you can also offer them your art created with the use of AI. Other high-profile collectors supporting AI art. It is Indian politician and AI art supporter, Dr. Shashi Tharoor. Also Japanese billionaire and art collector Yusaku Maezawa. And you can also go to check out the website of Turkish art collection, Borusan Contemporary Art Collection. They have a lot of AI-driven artworks in their collection, Kevin McCoy and others. And I can also here, yeah, share the comment from our expert Andres Borbano, and he's sharing also some useful information related to our topic today. Yeah, so if we speak about future trends and emerging opportunities, we for sure should think about new direction in art collecting, such as interactive works and involved with user input or time. This is the aspect that Denise and Vladimir were mentioning in terms of feeling, in terms of emotions involved into digital artwork. When you feel that it is somehow resonates with you, your empathy level is higher, and you want to have this story for yourself in your home, in your collection. Then emerging technologies like metaverse galleries, AR, VR exhibition, which could redefine how AI art is viewed and valued. And here I can say that now we are working on production of the virtual exhibition where we will present artworks of our residents. And I invite you to follow us and to see that this is a very exciting process. And it is not that machines are doing these artworks. Artists are really working hardly and developing of concepts, looking for the right tools to create these artworks. And I think that it is really very interesting to have this process open to the audience. So I invite all the curators, collectors to follow us and to see how AI art is produced, because in this sense you will have opportunity to see all the pipeline, all the process, and already somehow get connected with each project that is creating now with our residents. potential for community-driven or crowd-funded AI art projects as investment and opportunity. Here, I want to stop with numbers and facts and go to Santiago. Santiago is one of our residents, and he's now in this process of elaboration of AI art driven or not driven, you will tell me, project for the final exhibition. What questions, what challenges do you have that are connected with selling your artworks? And what is your story with collectors of your digital projects, AI projects? Tell us more, please.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. It's a really nice topic because sometimes there is full of myth around sales and monetizing, and see art also as a product, because expression could be a product too. Uh, as a Web3 artist, because my like the main part of my career started in 2021 with the boom of NFTs. Uh,
Mhm.
I found it really interesting because it allowed me to start developing my career and making money with it to sustain like the projects and the times and the time of to develop each piece. In that case, at first I saw it like there were a lot of things to do, but with the crypto boom, really miss a lot of things, and a lot of big ideas start developing during the bear market, and that is what I would like to talk, because there started appearing like really good tools like own contracts for independent artists where you can mint your pieces and have the domain of the piece, because it were a kind of missing part during the bull market, because the contract was owned by the marketplaces, and now you can own it, and that's really
Mhm.
good. And also are too many or two big studios which are developing really nice dynamics of sales methodology lab, where they are really good. I found that in my opinion, the best moment to develop the career was the, the bear market,
Mhm.
because we start connecting with a lot of people, but in a more close, deep way. So, like for example, starting appearing really awesome exhibitions from independent producers, like I don't know, maybe NFT UK. I work with them sometimes, also with Subsidy or the Canal Street Show, and they start focusing on the emotional part of the art, on the emotional part also of the product, like the artworks displaying in really big screens, and it changed a lot the perception of the artwork, and start building a kind of reputation to the artist, which is really awesome, because for example it allowed me to start like pushing my career in a kind of professional way, and start like connecting more with the other part of the art, not only artists, also collectors which are really interested in digital in digital art, and more in
Mhm.
generative and AI driven art, and too many young collectors, new collectors, which has a really fresh perspective,
Mhm.
and they are doing really game changing ideas here. Where, because for example, start thinking more in a kind of community, like merging the artists and the brands which are, or the studios which are developing tools, and the collectors together to start like building this kind of this new medium, because at
Mhm.
least NFTs are a new way of sale the art in a kind of
Mhm.
decentralized way, which I really love.
I'm
So
sorry.
that's that's really good and has a lot of potential. There were a lot of mistakes during those years, and I see it as a kind of technology evolving, but there is a bright future in my opinion, mixing this kind of technologies to push also the artists, because I think like with the AI art or the AI generation process, we put a kind of fast forward to the production. So now I think we should be more focused on the story we are telling, because the artwork will be a part of it. And I would like to mention another really like interesting case of what happened during the bear market. And I start showing awesome artists where start like working with a kind of transmedia approach to people, like telling their story using different mediums, mixing physical with digital. And it's a really game changing idea, because what I think right now has value is not the piece, it's the story of the artist, what you told,
Absolutely.
what you express. Like the piece is, yeah, okay, the way of monetize that idea, and also the, I don't know, maybe physical product of, or the physical part of the expression. But what you are telling, it's like the the difference factor, or the different value, added value, sorry, of the idea.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
It is very interesting, interesting note because, okay, referring to our project, we are creating this art projects for the final exhibition, and everything is digital, and everybody are asking us, okay, what is this residency that is online residency? Everything's so digital. But guys, okay, keep calm, because yes, in next year we are hoping to have possibility of this hybrid format and present our residents and present our space and present the art projects, final art projects, but in real world. And there you will have
sure.
possibility to meet each of them, to listen to their stories, and to learn more about what is behind every digital artwork creation. So.
And I think there are a lot of great and big artists which are doing it really, really great right now. For example,
Mhm,
mixing all these things together, like Ana Maria Caballero or Saya Styles. They are really mixing the physical, the idea, the concept, the artwork, the digital part, the AI part, and that's really, really awesome. And I think it's a really good reference to start watching what other artists are doing with all this technology, and what is their approach
mhm,
of the technology. And for example, regarding to the part of the AI Hokusai resins, and how we can show, for example, what are we doing right now, because it's not tangible, you can touch it, it's just a word. And maybe here is when, for example, these tools for contracts or stacks are crucial, because,
mhm,
for example, if I mint a piece, I create a contract, I put the piece, then I don't know, one of the pieces for the residents. Okay, that's awesome. What you will see, the piece. Okay, that's right. But you don't know what's behind that, or maybe you can know a little bit about it, maybe in an Instagram post or Twitter post, X post right now. But the interesting part is that now you can put all this data and talk about all the process and put it inside a contract on the blockchain.
mhm,
So that really push not only authenticity and also transparency, but it empowers the ownership for the collector. I think I'm not a collector right now. I I
mhm.
I,
Yeah.
I have some pieces from artists which I really love what they do,
Mhm,
because I think like the main problem right now is discoverability. It's full of offer and low
mhm,
demand, but it's really
mhm.
hard to find a tool to search and know more artists. A lot of people are working on them, so there are good ideas right now. Let's see where they go. but you can also have the like the certification of your work, of your artwork, and what's behind that artwork. And I think that that could be really interesting for a collector, because sometimes I think they can approach the digital. It's hard to approach the digital art because again you can touch it. You can only display it in a in a screen. But our work right now, it's for me, it's like to show all the other part of digital art, where you can take digital art. What happened if if you, for example, don't bought a piece and you are buying a system? Because, for example, in the case of generative art, or like my artwork, for example, is not the final piece. It's the system which does the piece, and how I mix it together. So maybe.
Okay. It's a very interesting point. I invite Vladimir also to join our discussion because we are receiving questions, and I want to start this questions and answers session. Who is the real author of AI art? Should we attribute authorship to the person who created the algorithm, also the system itself, or both, or also the source that inspires the algorithm? Vladimir, what do you think? Okay, in our case, we have Hokusai legacy. We have different AI tools with which our residents are working. Santiago, for example, has his own system that works with tools and legacy, like combining all the sources of information. And okay, we are opening the exhibition. What we will put on the below the title? Tell us more.
For me, we have artist and we have tool which he use. For me, it's not really not questions. Some exhibition use formula like artist plus, for example, AI tools named, for example, Midjourney. But I think that if we work with all kind of computer techniques and with equipment, we can write it like in traditional painting, like techniques, and that's all. So I think it's normal, because when you but very important to write not only AI generate, but I think very important to write which kind of tool and which model. Because for example, if you use OpenAI tools, okay, right, Chat GPT for all preview, or DALI free, or Midjourney Model 6. Yeah, in this point of view, I think it's very important to be very accurate with details when you speak about it. No, so something like this.
Yes. I can also add here that when we will attribute artworks for the future exhibition, we will also mention which manga series were used in inspiration or in procession or in, I don't know, in some other format, because we also need to attribute the source. And in
based
our
on,
case,
it's
it is
very important
Hokusai.
to write. It's based on, for example, like this. I think that.
Okay, I have a question to Santiago. Will the artist remain the main creator, or will they increasingly become an operator of technology? Do you have any fear regarding this?
Yeah, I think always the artist will be the creator, because the machine alone can't do anything. Just you need to write the prompt, you need to think about it, you need to build the system to make it work. Because okay, we can like separate the things here. We got like more comprehensible models like Midjourney or DALI, where you can write a prompt and start making a kind of normal dialogue with the machine. on
Mm-hmm.
and all, or you can start building from the back and start building from scratch. So there's a big difference. But in both, I think always the creator is the artist. The
Mm-hmm.
machine collaborates with the artist in a kind of technical part, but the creator is the artist. Is, for example, if you paint with brushes, who is the creator? The artist or the brush? The artist.
Okay, okay.
So you are driving the technology. You are driving the in my opinion, please. So you are driving the medium.
Mm-hmm.
I think we shouldn't start seeing ourselves like the down the technology. We
Mm-hmm.
control the technology. With
And are you agree with this formula? Sometimes they say that AI tools, it is like copilot. Do you like uh, this
yeah,
word?
but yeah, I think like yes, it's more easy with AI. Yes, sometimes no, because for example, if I invite anyone to start building a system inside Confi UI, and when the red advertise like words appear, what the hell's going on here? Just I think like yes, sometimes it's easier. So where's the problem? Because
Uh,
why value have to be sorry, Vladimir, I don't understand sometimes why value should be related with complexity. I don't understand it, because sometimes maybe it's not too complex, but it's awesome, and it's an artwork. You know how why we should start judging the artwork, comparing it with the complexity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that
Vladimir?
very important in creation process story and some kind of data, because when you speak that artist is man, it's okay if you see that it's it's true. But sometimes some guys do something like this: write to ChatGPT, give me something beautiful. It's not a work. It's real. It's a real mess. And so I think you can really uh, secure from this only if you have some kind of data information about process, and for a real artist which work accurately with details, with some data, with some basic, with poetry, with literature, I think it's not problem, but they must show it, because nobody if they don't see background behind this art, is like contemporary art in the beginning, like avant-garde, like Kandinsky work, for example. Yeah, if you don't understand story behind the art piece, you don't understand what happened. And so I think that it's very important to have story about every artwork. Uh,
Totally
Mm-hmm.
agree with it, and I think that's our job right now. So what's behind the piece, and the people should
Yeah.
should know it. And regarding about, like, for example, in the case of monetizing art
yeah,
and that stuff,
yeah,
we start talking about authenticity, so, and provenance. So I think there's when the blockchain has a crucial role here to start like like making it unerasable, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
you can change the story, but if it's in a blockchain, the story remains the first one.
yeah. It's very important. It's about digital original. So
Yeah,
you must to put it all information about this work, all important information, not only about owner, but also about process of creation. I think this is about authenticity. This is about how you can uh, keep your private policy, because only you can have information about details of process, and this is in any way your main thing that you can show for everybody. I am owner, and all who take it from other side, it's not good guys.
No, I
Okay.
agree with. Sorry, one little more thing. I
Yeah.
agree with you because we got another responsibility as artists, and it's to take care of our collectors. You know,
Yeah,
we
it's very
should
important. So
work in
show
we
story.
should yeah start working to give them security about our work, because at least they are paying for an artwork.
Yeah,
And
and so for me, we need some kind of upgrade of blockchain and NFT art technology, because now we can show only one kind of piece, but we need
yeah,
more information, more details about it and about production process.
I agree.
Okay, cool. Guys, it's very cool that we continue to speak about these healthy and civilized ways of selling artworks. And during next webinars, we will touch topics of legal issues, IP rights, and so on. I have very provocative question, and very, very good that Denise already with us. What is the fair price for AI art piece? How we form it?
As the guy who has been absent for nearly 30 minutes, let me start. I believe. Let me take some pressure from my colleagues. I believe they are overheated. Now, surprisingly, I'm ready for that question. Not because I heard it, but because I was thinking about it. Let's get back to the physical art and try to scale the principles of establishing and price development to the AI art. Like I said, on the physical art market, there are three. I mean, price of art can be. Price of art is acknowledged in three ways, in three definitions. The first is the price for the primary market art. I mean, when we are establishing when we establish the price. The second variant is the auction price. It's a bit speculative price, and it depends. I would compare it with the index of greed. During the bull runs or during the economic crisis, you can widely see in mass media the index of greed. So how many people and how much do they need this particular artist or artwork? One of our startups we're currently educating is developing that index of greed for the art market. That's why I know what we're talking about. And the third level of the price is, I would say, postponed price or rethought, reassessed price, which depends on how much did the artist bring to the history of art. This third type of price can be assessed to the artist even after his death, so not during the lifetime. So let's get back to the first price, to how to price the newborn artworks, because they are born now. On the physical market, there is a formula created by the Dutch art economist Olaf Wiltus. This formula says that the artist who has just graduated, the artist with zero traction except the academic background, the artist with zero traction in exhibitions and prizes, competitions, biennials, whatever, of course, auction sales. So the artist after graduation from the university, his artwork should be priced like this: the cost of the materials plus the cost of the studio, like the actual expenses, x2. So like multiplied 2 times, which means 50% is the expenses. The second 50% is what we call the combination of education, talent, and whatever, like something intangible. So combination of tangible and intangible. Then that price could grow from 10 to 30% during his lifetime a year. depending on his marketing activity. So what we have in terms of AI art, if we simply take that formula and try to apply it in the on the AI market, what will we get? The cost of Midjourney or ChatGPT, the cost of the hiring the co-working space, or the cost of coffee from Starbucks or whatever, divided into the quantity of artworks, x2, multiplied 2 times, it will be such a low cost. It will be very low cost. So we have to define, we have to find something, we have to find the reason why we multiply the actual cost of expenses on creating AI artwork, not by 2, but let's say by 5. But for that, we need to find the reason. So I believe during my absence, you have been looking for that reason, and you have come up to with some conclusion. But I mean, the reason is what could be the reason? The academic recognition, the brand new sphere, the and of course, only after that will come to the desire of the collector to buy for this particular price, because a lot of people say they just repeat the phrase first written in the book by Sergei Skaterchikov, Art Investment Handbook. The price of the artist, the artwork costs as much as the collector is ready to pay for it. But it's not applicable for primary market. It's applicable for a secondary market, for auction trade. So before we put the AI art at auction, we have to set up the reasonable price here. So it's a big field, and I'll be happy to, with the help of our students, startups, to discover that further and to propose some kind of like formulas, but not taken from air, but taken from but supported by knowledge, by common sense, by some tangible assets as well. A bit later, hopefully by the end of this AI Hokusai art tech research project.
Yes, sure. We have some comment from Carlos Antonio Colon. You are identifying values, and it appears that you have shared values like transparency, but nothing guarantees a shared value system. That lack of shared value system or divergent value systems is in part responsible for innovation in art and for the creation and advancement of AI art. Absolutely, Denise, you already created this evaluating standards for AI art that we are going to publish on our website. Don't lose it. How you can comment here?
Yes, I should say that AI art, in terms of transparency, has a unique feature. It is either created on blockchain or could be easily linked to blockchain. That means that all the transactions will be transparent. On the physical market, we have only, like in monetary terms, 55% of transactions intransparent. Mm-hmm. Here we have 100% of transactions transparent. I understand, several months ago there were speculations about creating private blockchains, and the CryptoPunk was sold on a private blockchain with zero information transparent. This is the negative feature, but let's assume in theory. So we have a very good chance to track all the activity of transactions of that art. Let's add to this activity of transactions using blockchain as storage of information, as a notebook. Let's add artistic activities. Let's add artistic education. Let's nominate. Let's create the grading system for artists, for everyone who used, and also a rating system for the prompts. Let's range the prompts. Let's range that activity. It's a very how you say in Europe. I mean, it's a very tricky area, because we're trying to evaluate the creativity. Still, once we create the rating system, that all could be put on blockchain, and everyone who buys the artist or artwork of this or that particular artist can track which engine was used, what kind of how many efforts did this artist apply, what is his manifesto. So we could check that, and based on that, the price will be supported by real value.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. And I
Vladimir.
think that in traditional art, we also rarely use system like this, because if you understand about all kind of, for example, Sotheby's and Christie's, they don't work with art pieces which don't have some kind of history, and provenance is very important. And I think that digital artists, when they start, they forget about traditional art experience. About provenance is very important. And so I think now we only go to basic and how art you can be monetized and how art takes some price. And so I think it's okay. It's about ethic, of course, but in different country, and about transparency of market, because traditional art in country which we have a real art business have a transparency art market, but it is really normal. But in country where we have a small art business, it's not transparency, because it's connected to how people live. Because if they want to, if the money is trust money, it's okay, no problem with transparency art business. But if the money not a clear money, and they are collectors, it is problem. And for me, it's like all ethics in some society, and for different countries, it's very different. So I think it's very connected to all culture and ethic of different countries.
I
Jenny.
totally agree with you, Vladimir. Yeah, thank you. I mean, I nearly forgot the word provenance, but thank you for reminding it. Yeah, so we have to create the digital provenance, and a small addition. As I said at the beginning of my speech, yeah, the internet is Web 2, and now we're moving to Web 3. So what we should do is to take the best values, the best business models, the best that the art market had in Web 0, Web 1, Web 2, and then bring it here and try to implement, to see what's worth elaborating on, I mean, further, and developing, scaling what's not. But the best models are still there, and people are still considering considering buying or not buying art, visiting museums, not digital biennials. For now, that's the truth. And the last thing, if to choose one, like follow the 100% following the ethics, and 100% to be sure that the market will rise and artists will be selling. Let's ask artists what would they prefer. I will not tell you my variant, but the artists will vote. The artists should vote. So we have to prepare all that and then say, okay, let's vote. 100,000 million artists should vote.
Okay,
Do
Santiago,
they want to earn money or to follow the the ethics. Of course, we have to preserve the ethics.
Yeah.
Santiago, what
Yeah.
are your final observations as an
Okay,
artist?
as an artist, I think ethics are key in terms of money. That's my personal point of view, because as you were saying, Dennis, we are in Web3. Our digital identity is our identity. So our ethics, it's digital and physical right now, and there's the key, in my opinion, to how you act, because every act you do builds your digital identity, and in the consequence of that, it's the career, because it's, in my opinion, is where the collector will put attention. Who are you? What are you doing? How do you think? And how do you act?
I'm more than happy to hear from you, Saras, that right, the ethics is key, because that was actually the question, the answer I was really hoping to hear from a real established artist, because at the end of the day, creativity can be measured, and this is the market, and this is these are the collectors who are measuring creativity. But still, I wish every artist prosperity.
Totally.
Okay, I think on this very beautiful point we can stop our conversation. It is always very difficult to stop because we are so enthusiastic about this, and hopefully one day some academic will write that these guys are pioneers of AI art legalization, systematization, and bringing it to civilized world. Okay,
It's one of our aim, yeah, of our project.
And marginalization.
Okay, could be. Very accessible art is also a good point, to have it in your home, to have it on your walls, to have it on your screens. Now on your screen, you can see our
And your
website
digital
and
eyes also. In
absolutely,
the near
yeah.
future, yes, like say cheap, and you see what you want. So it's
It's the next
will
step.
be, yeah.
Yeah, so we invite you to visit our website, to follow our social networks. Thank you very much to all the speakers today. And next time we will speak about aesthetics of AI art. Is it myth or reality? And we will have special guest, Lev Manovich. We will have other special guests who are specialists. Sorry for this expression, but we will speak about if really AI art, it is so recognizable, and how we can act in order to find really something unique and beautiful. So join us in a week and go to our website. There we will publish the transcript, let's say the story about this meeting, and also about our first meeting that was dedicated to ethics in AI art. And let's continue this wonderful journey, and let's go further to our final exhibition that will be in January, to our final report that will be in February, and the book that we are going to publish also next year. So we are trying to show you how the process of creation, how the process of production is going on. We are trying to see how we can interact with contemporary AI tools. We are trying to see it from different points of view, and we are trying to offer you to participate in our research. Soon we will publish some materials regarding the research, and we invite you to take part in it. Thank you very much for today. Have a great week, have a great day, and see you soon.
Thank you.